my channel, The Blessed Physicist. In the previous video, we talked about constraints, degree of freedom, and the classification of constraints. In this video, we will be talking about generalized notations. Now, the question is, why do we need generalized notations? We actually need to simplify the complex mathematical equations, hence we use generalized coordinates. Suppose we have an equation curly psi by curly x1 plus curly psi by curly x2 plus curly psi by curly x3 is equal to 0. Can I simply write it as curly psi by curly qj summation j is equal to 1 to 3 is equal to 0? By using the generalized notation, we have reduced the equation of 3 coordinates to only 1 coordinate. So we are actually simplifying the mathematical equation. So to describe the configuration of the system, we select the smallest possible number of variables. They are known as generalized coordinates. The generalized coordinates are independent of each other. So to understand this, we will come across Euler-Lagrange equation in our later videos, which is d by dt curly L by curly qj dot minus curly L by curly qj is equal to 0. Now here qj is generalized displacement and qj dot is generalized velocity. Qj and qj dot are independent of each other, which means qj does not involve qj dot in it. That means if we differentiate qj with respect to qj dot, we will get a 0. And similarly, qj dot does not involve qj in it. That means if we differentiate qj dot with respect to qj, we will get a 0. Don't worry if you're not getting what I just said, because at a later stage you will be able to understand all of this. We have generalized displacement, velocity, acceleration, momentum, force, and potential. I have decided to divide this topic in 6 short videos. In this video, I will be talking about generalized displacement. Now, we will be considering a system of n particles. Now, let us consider a small displacement of an n particle system defined by del Ri in Cartesian coordinates Ri. I ranges from 1 to n with t held fixed. We are keeping t fixed for a particular reason you will get to know in a few minutes. Now, Ri is Cartesian component of displacement. It is a function of q1, q2, q3 up to q3n and t. You already know from your previous knowledge that why we are taking it as 3n, because the number of coordinates required to describe a system of n particles is 3n. Okay, can I simply write it as Ri is equal to Ri qj comma t, and where j ranges from 1 to 3n? Can I? Okay, so we have del Ri. We will be taking a variation of this Ri component. Del Ri is equal to summation j is equal to 1 to 3n curly Ri by curly qj del qj plus curly Ri by curly qj del t. That's how we take variation of a component. Okay, now we know that we have kept t fixed. That means there is no variation in time, so which makes del t is equal to 0. So this equation becomes del Ri is equal to summation j is equal to 1 to 3n curly Ri by curly qj del qj. Now this del qj is the generalized displacement. Now, if qj is an angle coordinate, then del qj is an angular displacement. We are done with generalized displacement. In the next video, we will talk about generalized velocity.